if you are a thought leader, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an expert, YouTube has to be, if not the #1 place, one of the top 2 places that you need to be to spread your message. Couple reasons why. First is your content lives forever. So the videos that you make now, in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years, will still be generating views, attention, interest, leads for your business. Whether YouTube is your business or you're going to use YouTube as a lead gen for your business to sell coaching or products or services or e-courses or anything else, YouTube is the only place where your content lives forever. All the other, social media sites, if you post something on Instagram, 2 days later, it's not relevant anymore. Nobody's scrolling back through your Instagram or through your Twitter or through your Facebook or through your Snap or through your TikTok and looking through and seeing what else you've done. Where YouTube is slightly different. YouTube isn't consumed sequentially. It's not consumed in order. The videos that you make in 5 years, as long as it's still timely and relevant, if you're making something that is specific to this year or this election or something like that, then okay, in 5 years it may not age very well. But a lot of the content, if you can keep it evergreen and keep it beginner focused, gives you a chance to rank forever. So that's great. It's the hardest to win on compared to Instagram and other platforms, but it's the most sustainable long term. In the past 3 months, so my channel, we've got 2 million subscribers. In the past 3 months, we've we've 4x'd our daily subscribers on a channel my size, just by going back and editing our old thumbnails and titles. So we had videos that are 5 years old that I just swapped the title and the thumbnail, and it went from getting 200, 300 views a day, which already is great. It's a 5-year-old video, still getting 200 to 300 views a day, right? That's not going to happen on any other platform, but we changed the title and thumbnail and it popped to 15,000 a day. So if you are making videos and they're of any kind of quality, really paying attention to thumbnails and titles, and it's great that you can go back and edit and tweak them to generate ongoing momentum for your business. So YouTube is the only platform that will do that for you. Second is YouTube will pay you to make content. So YouTube has thousands of salespeople who are out there selling ads to big business and small business. And all you have to do is create videos. You don't have to go off and get your own sponsors. You can if you want, but if you're not great at sales or don't want to be great at sales, YouTube has an army of salespeople doing it, and you keep 55% of everything that they sell. Instagram is starting, they're barely starting to roll out something with IGTV around this. Facebook has started to roll out a little bit around this. But for the most part, you're not getting paid. You're not making millions. You're not making tons of money off of Instagram unless you go off and find your own sponsored deals or use that to generate leads for your business, which you can still do on YouTube. Plus, they'll pay you to create content. So it's the only platform where you're also really you can make some big money just creating content, and they will sell it for you. And then the third thing that I love about YouTube and why I want people to move there, especially experts, thought leaders who got opinions that can help people, is it has the best data. And we can dive into this with your questions, but there's a thing called the audience retention curve, which shows you how long people are staying on the video. And at the beginning, it's 100% because everybody's there. And then you see this drop. What will happen sometimes in the videos, you'll see a flat line. That flat line means nobody left. And sometimes, so that's a really good part. Like whatever you said in that flat line, nobody left the video. That's pretty good. Like, let's do that again. And sometimes you'll see it even go up. Well, how's that possible that it went up? Because people rewound to watch that part again. So whatever you said in that part of the video was really, 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 really good, right? So keep doing that kind of stuff. But what's so great about it is because YouTube's long form, you can then take those clips and that becomes your Instagram video, and that becomes your Twitter video, and that becomes your Facebook video based off of data, not based off of, well, I thought that part was really good, or someone on my team thought that was really good. So YouTube becomes the long form home for all of your content. And then you can cut little pieces up and put it to the rest of the social platforms based off of what you know is working. So that's kind of my high level overview. One, YouTube, your content lives forever and will generate leads and interest and desire and customers and subscribers for content that you're making now forever. 2, you get paid, which is important. Like, let's get paid to make content, which is amazing. And then 3, you use the data to then cut up the pieces. People say, well, how do I win everywhere? Well, you actually only need to win on YouTube, and then you take the pieces and you put them to all the other platforms. So that's my high level overview of what YouTube is and why I think it's valuable for entrepreneurs and thought leaders and experts. But I wanted to focus this session on trying to answer specific questions from you guys who are just getting into the game and make it as valuable as possible. So let's turn it over to you. What kind of questions do you have? How can I be of value? How can I be of support?
Who's going first? I guess I will, since I opened my mouth. Yeah, I just love following you and learning from you, very much so, Evan. And I've got a YouTube channel. I actually have 3 channels, but I've got about 180 videos on one channel. And that's been just being put up there. There was no real titles, there was no real descriptions, and it just hasn't gone anywhere. And then I've created 2 new ones, a personal one, and then one for my foundation. And so what I want to know is, what is the best way to make sure that I'm getting the views? Because I understand that within like the first 24, 48 hours, that's the most critical time, which will help get you ranked so that you can get out there and become a suggested video. So what's the best way to title the videos and put the descriptions in and get seen by others in an organic fashion?
Cool. So I'm actually not super worried about the first 24 to 48 hours. It's definitely helpful, but remember, YouTube is a long game. Like, by me changing that thumbnail in the 5-year-old video, now we popped to 15,000 views. That can't exist anywhere else. So it's great to get eyeballs on a video, and you can do that by sending out to your newsletter or in friends and other social platforms. But really, for any platform, you want to try to win on the platform. So if you're making a YouTube video, how do I win on YouTube? So there's a couple hacks, and let me share my screen so I could show you guys. So Stephen, what's a video that you would like? What's a topic that you would make a video on?
I do several different topics, but one of the topics, the one that I'm trying to do the most right now, is guided meditations.
Guided meditation. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to do, and this is great for anybody who's just getting started. Stephen, if you have 180 videos already on your channel and you're not getting views, there's either one of 2 things wrong. 1, the title and the thumbnail are really bad, or 2, you're losing people in the video. They're not watching it.
Okay.
So what I'm looking at, this is just searching for guided meditation. What I'd be doing is there's a plugin that I use called vidIQ. This was free. I don't know if this feature itself is free or not, but it's not an expensive plugin if you want to use it. What it does is, for any search term, it shows you how many subscribers the channel has. And then I can look at the views. And so what I'm looking for are videos that have more views than subscribers. That tells me that that video popped hard, right? It's great that this video had 869,000 views, and we say, wow, what a great video. But they have 1.59 million subscribers. So that video isn't actually fantastic for them. You want to look at the opposite. So this one, 439,000 views for 270,000 subscribers. Extremely powerful guided meditation. Experience deep love and acceptance for yourself. Healing, right? This one, 6.6 million views for 1.5 million subscribers, or 4.2 million views for 239,000 subscribers. If we go smaller, look, 49,000 views for 2,000 subscribers. So all these videos are popping hard. So what I would want to do is take their title, as long as you can talk to it. Like, if you can make your own version of this, this is what I would do. So I would take this title, 10-minute chakra balance guided meditation for positive energy. Now, 1, I don't care what's in the video. You're the expert. I don't care what they did, what they talked about, what their guided meditation is. All I want is a good title that I'm going to take from them. And 2, make sure you actually have something to say. Like, if you don't care about chakras or don't know anything about it, great, skip. Go to the next video. Make something that you can authentically share something on. And so that's what I've been going through, is looking for videos that did really well. 17 million views for 900,000 subscribers. you know, guided meditation. You can go even more specific, like guided meditation for what? What's another example? Like how would you take me deeper?
Guided meditations. I've done several. I've got a few up there, but guided meditations for self-love is one of them that I've done.
Okay, guided meditation for self-love. So the more specific you get, the smaller channels you'll often find as well. So a lot of these you can use. So this one, no, too big. This one, yeah, guided meditation for confidence, self-love, and better self-image. This is where like you may not have even thought of the words a better self-image, but yeah, what I do is for a better self-image. Or words like motivation or inspiration. You might find in your head it's the same thing, but in the research results and in the suggested, it's going to be one will massively outweigh the other. So your goal is to rank after this video. My goal for you would be, if somebody goes and watch this video from Joe T Hypnotic Labs, your video is going to be showing up afterwards because you've used a similar title.
So does it have anything to do with the tags, or it's more so the title, go after the titles primarily, not necessarily concerning yourself with putting in the right tags?
Yeah, tags are useless.
Useless.
Useless. Like
Oh.
1%, if that.
Okay.
Yeah. Title is important. Thumbnails even more important. So you can get some ideas of different thumbnails of what, you know, is working, and see which one resonates with you. Do you want to show your face? Do you want to show just big text? Do you want to show the heart? But having some kind of consistency, so I know what a Stephen Smith video looks like.
Okay. Excellent.
So what I would do, if you've got that many videos already, I'd go back and edit every single one for the thumbnail and the title according to different titles that have worked well for other people.
See, total videos, I mean, I've got close to 300 total videos. They're just broken up in 3 channels. And so that's part of a problem as well, is that I've got these 3 separate channels. I own them all, but they're not connected at this point.
I'm not as worried about connecting them. I'm more worried about how do you get the videos that you've got ranking well, showing up against other people's videos. And by ranking, the game actually isn't, if I go back to share screen here, the game actually isn't search. Most people don't consume content through search. It's going to be suggested and browse. So your goal here is, if somebody watches this video, your goal is to be down the side.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be here. This is where most of the views will happen. Because people, and you think about your own experience, you might search for one video, but then you watch 7 more based off of what gets recommended to you. So that's why we're trying to pull interesting titles. So I want you to rank against this video. So after I've seen this, there's your version of it.
Nice. Yes. That's what we want.
That's what we want. So I'm less concerned about mixing 3 channels together. I'm more concerned about getting the individual videos on all of your channels to actually rank.
Excellent advice. Thank you.
Cool. What else? This is fun.
How important is the copy, or the amount of copy you put in the description?
Not very. Not very. It doesn't hurt, but you know, if tags are like half of 1% or 1%, your description is maybe 2 or 3. It's almost nothing. What YouTube cares the most about is not SEO. So if you come from SEO world, thinking about ranking articles and that kind of stuff, YouTube doesn't care about SEO. What they care about is the user experience. So what they're trying to find is, based off of, look, if I share my screen, I'm gonna open up to, let's see what YouTube's recommending me right now. Hopefully nothing too embarrassing. Let's see what we got. Okay, so so what is it recommending me? It's recommending me my own, my own channel, my other videos on different channels. Tea with Gary V, The Score Esports in the gaming, Tony Robbins, Patriot Act, British GQ, TSM, and other gaming. I don't know who JJ Says is, but so it has a profile of me saying this is what Evan Carmichael wants to see. At least we hope. And so they have an individual profile on everybody who creates a YouTube account. And the more data they have on people, the more videos they watch, the more they'll start to recommend videos. So I don't have any guided meditation stuff showing up for me here because I don't watch guided meditation videos. right? Even looking
Right.
at the
Right.
types of tags here at the top is David Goggins, League of Legends, strategy video game, motivation, lecture, pop music, right? That's more what I'm into. So the description doesn't matter as much as are people watching the videos and are they clicking through on it? So the two things you need to think about are the click-through rate, which is when they see your thumbnail and title, do they click on it? Right? So Steven's had all these videos, nobody's clicking on them. They're not watching them, maybe because he has bad titles and thumbnails. They're not appealing. It might be it's like having a great book, right? You got this great book right here. Right? Like you can have great content inside, but if the cover sucks, nobody's going to pick it up off the shelf, right? So even for this, we did a bunch of split tests and my publisher told me, don't do purple. No business books are done in purple. The only one that's ever won is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I said, you know what? That's an opportunity. I don't know. I split test this against 15 different covers or so using ads. And this is the one that converted the best. Like, okay, we're going purple. Let's go. And so same thing with your thumbnail and title. Sarah's clapping. You like the purple. Your thumbnail and title will get people to click. And then your video is what's going to get people to stay. So we look at getting the click-through rate as high as possible. And then if you look at that audience retention curve, what we try to aim for, this is the ultimate, is 70% at 1 minute. Which means 70% of the people who started the video are still there 1 minute later. Which sounds like, oh, that's nothing. That's really hard to do. People are scrolling and they're you know, like if you don't capture their attention right away, they're going to move on to something else. So those are the two things that matter the most, more than what's in your description and definitely more than what's in the tags.
So how does the amount of time that a person watches your video affect it to be coming up? Well, I guess you've determined that it's about the title to get suggested, but like I think my average watch time is like 2.81 seconds or minutes approximately. I don't know if that's good, if that's bad. What I'm saying is that no, I want them to watch it for the full video, not for 3 minutes. You know?
Right. Well, listen, nobody's going to watch you for the full video, right? I mean, that's always the goal. I'm saying 70% of people are still there 1 minute later is a crazy high bar that nobody hits consistently, but that's the measure we go against. How long they watch depends on the length of the video. So I'm not so concerned with how many people are at the end of the video, because if it's a 10-minute video or it's an hour-long video, you expect it to be a different ratio of people, right? If it's an hour-long video, people will keep dropping off. If it's a 10-minute video or shorter, you expect people to stick around a little bit longer, right? So I'm not so concerned about where they're at the end. I'm concerned about where are they at 1 minute. Because what you'll see is this curve down, and there's always a sharp drop at the beginning, typically, and then just this slow decline. So that means once people are past a minute, they've committed to watching you. If you ever see a sharp drop somewhere in the middle of the video, like that really sucks. Don't do that again. Like go back and watch it, rewind it and say, what did I do here? And why did I lose so many people? And then don't do that part again. But for the most part, most creators, it's just slow decline. The problem is in the first minute. In the first minute of the video, you haven't done enough to hook me because I don't know who you are. This is my first time watching your videos and you're just like everybody else. And so I'm giving you, micro attention, and you've got to hook me in. So a quick example of that, a lot of people will start a video and say, hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Evan. I'm so excited to have you here. Man, I'm so grateful. Happy Wednesday. Goodbye. Like people are gone, right? On my channel now, right, we've got 2 million subscribers. 83 to 87% of my viewers are non-subscribers, which is good. That means you're growing. If you're only talking to your subscribers, that's not very good. You're going to stay where you are. You want to be attracting new people. So if you're saying, hey, welcome back, like, welcome back. I've never seen you before. I don't even know who you are, right? What you want to do is give me something that makes me want to stay. So for thought leadership kind of content, it'd be hit me with an opinion. Like, teach me something that I don't already know, or it seems weird. I don't already believe, something that is going to make me want to stop.
This is where you said that you need to kind of lead with that very wise thought statement, actually, that hopefully is that hook that grabs a hold of them and they say, oh yes, I can relate to what you just said. Is it good then to pretty quickly say, you know, you should really, I want you to watch this video, because if you don't watch this video, chances are you might turn it off and the thing that you needed to hear
Okay, stop.
was right after. Okay.
All of that just told me nothing, right?
Too much.
Yeah, it's like, I want you to watch this video because if you don't watch this video, you're going to, bye. You haven't told me anything yet, right? And this is with love, right? Like, I want to see you win.
Yeah.
That's what most people will do.
Right.
I want you to watch this video because if you don't watch this video, you're going to miss out.
Well, I don't lead with that.
No, but so like, but a lot of people do, right?
Yeah.
So if it's thought leadership content, you're an expert, teach me something that I don't already know. If it's, you know, meditative content, like, get right into it. Or even saying something like, you can heal, you can gain more self-love through meditation. Let me show you how. And then you start your whatever, the music or you or nature or, you know, whatever the thing is. You're imagining somebody who wants what you have. A lot of times for people who are trying to teach and create content, there's gold in your video. It's just buried 5 minutes in. It's super deep into the video, where most people won't last that long and they bounce. So leading with, if you're a thought leader expert, a powerful opinion is great, but otherwise some kind of hook that your ideal client, your ideal viewer, your ideal subscriber is going to see that and say, ooh, I've never heard of this person, but I like what he's saying, or I like what she's saying. I'm going to give them a little bit more time. And if you get them for a minute, now they've committed to watching. There aren't many people, like, people will scroll out quickly in the first minute, but if you got them for a minute, you've got them. You'll just see this slow decline over time. Let's open it up. Anybody else? Sarah, Margaret, Corey, Nelly, Elena?
Yeah, I do have a question. Oh, anybody else?
Hit us.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So, Evan, you said that, of course, we can download our YouTube videos, we can cut a clip, and we can use it for other platforms, like, for example, Instagram. Do you think because people that go to Instagram, they want to watch a very short video, if we direct them to YouTube, that is going to hurt our channel because they are not going to stick to the long video?
That's a great question. First off, most people won't go from one platform to another. Somebody who's on Instagram likely won't go to YouTube. Or when they're consuming Instagram, they're not in the mindset of, when you're on Instagram, you're just like browsing and quickly going through and seeing you're not sitting down like, I'm ready to watch a 25-minute video. It's a different mindset. So one, most people won't make the jump. And two, what you'll find is people who do come from a platform like Instagram, their watch time is usually really low. So I'm much more about trying to win on the platform. Like, I'd rather Steven or you or everybody use that strategy to look over with titles and trying to win on YouTube, instead of trying to get people from Instagram to YouTube. If you have an audience, the best converting to YouTube is usually an email list, not Instagram or Twitter or another social platform. You have an email list, people consume it at their leisure. And when they're ready to go watch a YouTube video, they click on it. And because they know you, they like you, you're on their, they're on your email list. So they have some kind of relationship already with you. They're much more likely to go watch a video. So I'd much rather put it, it's not that you can't do it on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere else. The point of that strategy was to help you win on Instagram. You take that clip, that if it's a video, up to 1 minute on Instagram, or if it's IGTV, it can be a little bit longer. You take that clip and you put it to your Instagram as a standalone video to help you win on Instagram, not to try to get people over to your YouTube channel.
Okay.
Some people think, well, I have to make videos for YouTube. I have to make videos for Instagram. I got to make videos for TikTok. I got to make videos for Twitter. It's like, where do I have time to do all this stuff? It's crazy. I'm just starting up, and I got to be everywhere. So that's where you make long form content on YouTube. You make the 10 minutes plus on YouTube, and then you cut the best pieces and put them to the other platforms. So it's just a little bit of editing work as opposed to you having to create for all these different platforms, different pieces of content. Yeah.
Now, can I ask you about style, I suppose, and content? So I struggle a little bit with time. It takes me ages to make a video. So I've got two kind of styles that I've only just started, but I've got like a slightly longer form. When you said 10 minutes, that scared me a bit because mine are about 3 to 5 minutes. And that's more like, I'm a photographer, so it's like instructional but inspirational as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then some smaller ones, which I really love doing actually, and they're a bit more like meditative type voiceovers with beautiful footage. So they're quite quicker to produce, so about a minute long. And I've only just started doing these, so I don't know if I've got this right. Does it matter if I'm switching between different types of content, or is it better if it's very streamlined?
You want to think about the audience. You can have different kinds of content as long as it's going to the same audience. If it's a different audience, then that's going to hurt your channel.
Okay.
So what happens, and this is for all platforms with social media, they all have their own algorithm, right? So when you put out a new video on YouTube, it goes to a small percentage of your subscribers. If they like it, it goes to more of your subscribers. If they like it, it goes to all your subscribers. And if they like it, then it goes to the world, people who aren't subscribed to you yet. So what happens is if you're making a video on photography and half of your subscribers are people who care about photography, and then the other half are people who care about meditation, there may be some overlap, but it's a different audience. So if you release a photography video, it only goes to a percentage of your subscribers. The people who care about meditation will never click on it. YouTube's thinking, oh, if your own subscribers aren't clicking on it, why are we going to recommend it to other people?
Yeah, that makes sense. I think my audience actually is sort of mindful meditative photography, and I run retreats, photography retreats. So it's kind of, I don't know, they probably are the same audience, to be honest with you. The people that buy into that style of thing buy into my retreats. So possibly. So
that's just what you have to think of. So for example, people ask me about language channels. Should I put, I've got Russian and I've got English. Should I do both on the same channel, like different channels? Right? Yeah. We have a Russian channel that has 300,000 or 400,000 subscribers and a Spanish channel that has 300,000 or 400,000 subscribers. We take our content and put it there. But if I started releasing a video in English a day and Russian and Spanish, now if you guys subscribe to my channel, unless you love Russian or Spanish, you're like, well, what is this? What is this? I'm not watching the Russian one. If you don't speak Russian, I want to watch the English one. So that's where it's like figuring out your target audience. You can have different kinds of videos as long as it still serves that audience. The length though, it's really hard to rank a 3 to 4 minute video.
Okay.
I would really push it to try to get to 10.
Oh, right. Okay.
1, YouTube prefers longer content. And 2, when it's 10 minutes, YouTube can put a mid-roll ad in the middle of it, which makes you more money. So if you're going to try to make money from YouTube, even at 10 minutes, I don't think it even qualifies. It's got to be 10:01. So you'll see some videos that are 10:01 exactly, just so they qualify to get the mid-roll ad so they can make more money off of their videos. The exceptions are music videos, because people are repeating that video over and over and over again, right? Drake launches a new song. Everybody's listening to that song on repeat. Most thought leadership kind of videos, they're not, like, people aren't listening to my video, the same video repeat all day long, right? As much as I'd like them to. Or crazy viral videos, like Star Wars trailer comes out. Everybody's got to go watch it and it just pops. Most of the videos that do really well aren't the super short videos. So if you're an expert, just take me deeper. Show me one more trick. Take me a little bit, like tell me a story about how you found out about this trick and who it's helped, and just take me deeper into why you're making this video. You'll find that you will typically do better. 3-minute videos are going to be really hard to show up. It's not impossible. It's just better be so stunning and visually appealing and crazy, because you're basically working against the algorithm.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Yeah. What else? Sarah, you put your hand up.
Sure. for the person that's just starting out and trying to branch into content, and I think we've got a lawyer online, I'm a doctor, what advice would you give to the newest people starting on YouTube? And are there any things that we need to be aware of professionally as far as referencing or state lines or things like that?
Almost nothing. I would just, if you're a doctor and you've got medical guidelines for what you can and cannot say, I would just, whatever the medical board wants you to do, that's what I would just treat in terms of YouTube. YouTube will sometimes limit videos based off of certain topics. Like if you were to say, the whole COVID is caused by 5G towers, they were suppressing content that was talking about that. But for the most part, you have an opinion, you can share it as long as you're not going to get in. Like the legal troubles you might get into are the US law legal troubles, not a YouTube specific legal troubles.
Okay.
So if you would share it in a newsletter, you would share it on a TV interview, you can share it on YouTube for the most part. What's your goal with YouTube? So you're a doctor, what's your goal? Why are you interested in getting on YouTube?
Sure, so I'm a naturopathic doctor and acupuncturist, and I found that I can only help one patient at a time when I'm in the clinic. And a lot of people need more help and more advice around alternative healthcare. So that's why I wanted to branch out. I know that I had a whole bunch of health struggles when I was growing up, and natural medicine was the thing that helped me solve them. So I just want to share with others.
Nice. You're built to serve. I love it. And are you, so if you got a lot of views on YouTube, a lot of people following you, what's the path? I mean, you can monetize the videos, but do you want more bookings in your practice? Do you want to sell a course? Like, where do you see that extra leverage going?
That's a great question. I think doing online workshops, especially with the way the world is shifting, would be a great idea. And always having an open door for more patients, building authority.
Cool. So YouTube opens up the door. What you want to think in terms of your content strategy is YouTube is beginner stuff. It's mass market. So, holistic healing for stress, holistic healing for anxiety, holistic healing for whatever, cancer. I don't know what, kind of things you're going after, but big topics. The more you niche down, the less likely those videos are going to pop and do well. Or the more advanced you go, it's like people want to understand what you're talking about.
Got it.
So that's where you then can write a book or do your workshops or do one-on-one coaching, the more advanced stuff. So YouTube is beginner, entry level, the whole world, if this is the first time learning about it, great, you're going to be the person for them. But then if you want it to be customized or specific or next level stuff, then that's when they can hire you or buy your course or buy your workshop, right? Like maybe they need to buy some special route, or I don't know, like what the next level up would be for your practice, or maybe they need to get a special aromatherapy, unit or something. Not everybody's going to go off and buy that. I'd be dedicated enough to do it. So making YouTube content around that is not going to do really well. But that could be your course. It's like, hey, this is my course on how to do it. Or they hire you for whatever an hour, $50 an hour, $100 an hour, $200 an hour, whatever, $400 an hour for your time. That's typically the best model. When you go to advanced on YouTube, you'll have a really tight audience of advanced people, but you're not going to get big numbers.
Got it.
Cool. What else? Who have we heard from? Corey, Chad, Nelly?
Hey, Evan. Thanks for doing this. This has been some great information. So you kind of just answered my question there. I'm working on developing a computer course. I've worked in IT for 20 plus years. Okay. And I was always struggling with what kind of content do I make to kind of establish my authority and get people interested, as opposed to what do I keep for the course. I plan on keeping the whole thing kind of light because the people I'm going after are going to be like more your everyday home users, not somebody that is looking for like some IT degree or something. So you're saying that with YouTube, keep it beginner level, entry level, and then sell the more advanced stuff.
Yeah, and honestly, for where you're at, I would do beginner level content on YouTube to transition into coaching calls where you're helping them and getting paid to do it. And it could even be for Sarah taking calls. I don't know if you can do it virtually or through Zoom or if it has to be like face to face, but if there's any way to do it virtually, that's the next step up. And then whatever the most common issues that keep coming up over and over and over again, that's what you turn into a course. So, example, I don't know if you guys have heard of the podcast Answer Man, but this guy helps people set up podcasts. And he made a YouTube channel dedicated to showing off how to make podcasts. You want to start up your podcast, go with him. Then he had a coaching service. I'll help you. Like if you need to go deeper than what we talked about on YouTube channel, I'll help you. And it costs whatever an hour. He had 5 people in a row keep asking him about how to use, like what software to use and how to get set up on that software. So that's what he then turned into his first course. How to use this software to set up your podcast. So whatever people are paying you for through the one-on-ones, the most common topics that keep coming up over and over again, that's what you turn into your product. Even Built to Serve, right? I wasn't planning on writing this book. I did a tour that I saw Evan on twice last year. And the questions I kept getting asked were about purpose. And I walked people through in every city how to do it. And then that just became the book. I was going on tour for something totally different. So when people are calling you and you're helping them and they're paying you for it, whatever the most common problems are, that's what you turn into your course, into your book, into your more advanced level thing.
Gotcha.
As a side note for everybody too, I would really like you to think about getting people from YouTube to an email list. So you can collect them, you can start building your list, you get people interested in what you're doing. And whenever you have something to sell, you're not hoping. If I made a sales video on Built to Serve, it wouldn't do well because it's a sales video. But if I have an email list that I can then email out and say, hey, here's my new book, or hey, I'm going on tour, right? I'm coming to, Evan's just outside of Pittsburgh. When I went to Pittsburgh, right? Yeah. If I put a video saying I'm coming to Pittsburgh, nobody's going to see it because not enough people in my audience care about Pittsburgh. But if I have an email list and I can segment people who signed up from the Pittsburgh area, then that's super targeted and I can tell them, hey, come to my workshop. So one of the best ways to do this is in the middle of your video, you have some kind of call to action to sign up for your email list because you're going to give them something. So, Sarah might say, hey, if you're enjoying this video, you want my 7 best homeopathic remedies, I've got a free PDF. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description below. And then you move on with the video. Don't put it at the end. You put it in the middle of the video because at the end, people will tune out. You put it in the middle of the video. And then in your description, you have that link to your website to get the thing that you promised them that you were going to give them. Stephen might have a collection of his 5 favorite meditations. If you want my 5 favorite meditations for healing and self-image, check the link in the description below. So you're taking people and you're building your email list that then you can own because if something ever happens to YouTube, you've got that audience for yourself.
Hey, Evan, can I share something about what you just said?
Yeah.
Number one, I know you'll criticize me for it. I have not posted a video since May 7th just because of everything else going on. I didn't even title it or put a thumbnail on it. But what I did do in the meantime is I went back and did exactly what you said earlier of looking up the videos and changing the titles, right? So I only have 58 subscribers, but in the last 28 days, I have the YouTube studio on my phone. 58 subscribers, 28 days, I've had 599 views for 3,100 minutes. And my average view duration is 7 minutes and 14 seconds.
Nice.
But I guess that's just a testament to change the titles. That's all I did. I just went and looked and I literally, with a tweak here or there, but basically mimicked them. The other thing I just finished or figured out just to share as information with the email list. there are, I don't know if like a MailChimp or something like that, if people are looking, it's just one I came across. I no skin in the game there. But they actually have free versions where you can build like up to, I think, like 2,000 or 3,000 people before you would actually have to go to a paid version. So about just collecting it in one place that you were saying, I was going to just try that. And then once you get to that point, then you can just upgrade it.
Yeah. And most of them are the same.
It took me a while to figure that out. So I just figured if anyone's wondering, how do I do that? That might be a direction just to go check out. That's all.
We use Aweber. We've used them for over a decade, but Aweber, MailChimp, there's a whole bunch of them. They're basically the same. There's not a big, gap for basic stuff between them. And if you had results for titles, that's awesome. If you updated your thumbnails and they pop, you'll get, 4 to 10 times as much results compared to titles. The thumbnail, like the visual, is the thing that pulls people in. The title might give you a chance to rank against another video because it's similar themed, but the picture is always going to do more heavy lifting than the title itself. So,
well, that's something that I think that is a little more difficult for us to figure out, because when you look at yours, you're highlighting people that everybody knows. So if you get a good picture of a celebrity, an athlete, a business person, that's naturally going to bring people in. And you talk about bigger pictures, white of their eyes and stuff like that. But where we're kind of on that individual message, trying to put ourselves out there, what kind of pictures, and you know, like I have colors picked out, but I'm not sure about design, and what pictures am I using? Are we using pictures of ourselves or like that's where not sure how to experiment with that.
So you play with it. I think for thought leadership kind of content, it's great to have your face, and what we find is zoomed in face like this, because remember, people consuming mostly on their phones. So doing a full body shot, they can't see who it is. Like even if they are your subscriber, they could look at that and say, oh, I didn't even know that was Evan. It just looks like some other dude just standing there, right? So you zoom in, unless you're showing off a move, like unless part of Sarah's practice is some special yoga move that you have to do, then that could be a cool visual. But otherwise, like zoom in on the head. We try to use an emotional picture from the video itself, not a standard LinkedIn profile picture. People connect to the authenticity a lot more. And so we've split test. We've done 3,000 or so split tests on the YouTube channel. I'll do another 3,000 this year, which is crazy. I test more than anybody that I've ever met on YouTube. And actual stills from the video of you in some kind of emotional state pulls better than the formal LinkedIn, Instagram official bio picture. It also gives you variety, because otherwise then you're using that same picture for every video. And then there's not a lot of variety between them. And then some text. Everyone with text that we found always outperforms no text. So put text on there that speaks to the value prop, but not so much text that you can't read it. Like imagine, again, you're loading on your phone, I'm scrolling through, it's got to be able to be something that I can see that makes me want to click. Now you can get inspiration from other videos as well. Like when we went through and looked at the meditation one for Stephen, there's a whole bunch of different designs. What does he connect with? And then you split test and see, is it working? Are people clicking through on it? And ultimately building the brand so that I know what a Stephen Smith video looks like. So same thing, like I want to know what your videos look like, so that if I see more videos on the side, I know that's yours. Where a big mistake people make is they have totally different thumbnails, and they might see your video down the side, but because they don't recognize it as your video, they don't click on it. So some consistent elements. So you know what an Evan Carmichael thumbnail looks like, even though it's easier with a personal brand. I'm using other people a lot for the faces. So even though it's different faces, you still know what an Evan Carmichael thumbnail looks like. If you are the brand, that's easier to have the recognition. Just make sure you're not using the same picture each time and having text that really brings people in. So what I look at is whatever your title is, you have characters to play with, like chop that in half or into a third and put the best version of that as the text on the thumbnail.
What do you mean by split test?
So we use a tool called TubeBuddy, and we split test. Let me see if I can pull something up for you guys to look at.
TubeBuddy, yes, I had heard TubeBuddy.
Yeah, and so we use this. It basically, you put up your thumbnail, and you can do it for titles too. and it shows one versus the other. So one day it runs thumbnail A, one day it runs thumbnail B, and then it goes back to A, and then back to B, and then back to A, and then back to B, until you've got a winner. And so it's not me saying, oh, I think this is going to work. It's let the data show that it works.
Okay.
So that's a paid version. It's just taking a while to load on my computer, but I'll pull it up so we can show you guys. I helped them build this because I needed a tool for myself. I don't have an ownership or anything in the company. They basically built it for me, and then they shared it with the their customers.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
only a paid version, right?
the split testing is a paid version. You can do it without the paid version. You can do it on your own and just look at the click-through rate. So Evan takes one of his old videos that he popped off with the title. Great. I'm going to change the thumbnail. And then in the data, you can go and look at, okay, I updated it this day. Did it change my click-through rate? Did I get a lot more views or not? TubeBuddy just does it automatically. So it just makes it a lot easier. So if I share my screen quickly here for you guys, this is what it looks like. And so you can see I've run 3,058 tests right now. And so one thumbnail versus the other, one thumbnail versus the other, one thumbnail versus the other. And we're always trying to beat the winner. And if it doesn't win, so like this one here, if I load this one, I'll have to close this so that it pulls in properly. This one lost, right? This one, Oprah's inspiring story. My best decisions came because of this. The original won by 66%. The original has an 8.8% click-through rate. The new one has a 5.32 click-through rate. You know, we like this, but the audience didn't like it as much. So we lost. You know, we lose. Great. Do it again. And that's what we'll do. It's like, do it again. We keep doing it again. We'll do it again. And you can see, so we got data in only 2 days. The first video got, where are the views? You know, this one got 111 views. This one got 72 views. So, okay, failed test. Let's do it again. So you don't have to use TubeBuddy. I think this program is $50 a month to get that version, but it just makes it automatic so that you don't have to go in and keep track of everything yourself. Who have we not heard from? Corey, Nelly?
Yeah, Evan. If you're trying to grow your business and I guess position yourself as an expert, is there a sweet spot in terms of quantity of content and how consistently you actually post to YouTube?
Okay, that's a great question. I'd be looking at least once a week. If you're not once a week, you don't exist. Like it's really hard to start to rank. I'd have a goal of being 3 times a week with an ultimate goal of going daily. That may sound super scary. That's overwhelming. Like, oh my God, Margaret's like biting her lip. So like, don't freak out. At least once a week just to be relevant and give yourself a shot. 3 times a week is a good cadence. And what I would do is, like, what kind of business do you do, Corey?
I'm a criminal defense attorney.
Okay, so what's the goal with YouTube?
Well, I'd like to use YouTube to grow my platform and also to put out some educational content in terms of properly exercising their rights and that type of thing.
So here's the thing. For someone like you who's a thought leader, we put too much value on production quality, where the production quality for someone like you is your thoughts. You're a criminal defense attorney. You know a lot of stuff that most people have no idea about. And I'm sure people's rights are being trampled all the time that you say, hey, you got to step up and fix that. And a lot of people who are in your position don't make videos because they're worried about the right camera and the right lighting and the right microphone and the right, all this stuff, the right editing. I don't have an editor, stumbling somewhere in the middle of text. None of that really matters for you. If you were a video editor, then yeah, your stuff better look fire because I'm hiring you to be a video editor. If you're a criminal defense attorney, what I care about is, can you help me with legal advice or just educate me in a way that other people can't, right? So I would drop the expectations for production quality and lean in on the production quality is the ideas that you have in your head that other people don't have.
In terms of like looking at other channels and maybe hacking someone else's success, other than the title and the thumbnail? Are there any other things that you might take from someone that's like there's an attorney that has over like 1 million followers and he's killing it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find out, is there anything else that I might be able to take from him?
Well, let's look at him. What's his name?
The Legal Eagle.
The Legal Eagle. This guy?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So already, looking at the thumbnails, he's doing a lot of what we talked about. He's got his face in the thumbnails. He's got some text there that shows out on each one. Bright colors also really stands out. Like, it's easy to read. It's easy to see. If you look at his videos, what I would do for any channel that I'm interested in, pause this. You don't need this. Don't have a channel trailer. You go videos, you can sort by his most popular, and you can see what he's ranking for. Now, see, this is actually a big mistake for him. If that blue and yellow format is working, he should be updating all of these popular videos. This is how he should be winning. Like, all of these should be on that new template if you found that they worked. The other thing you can pull out from here is format of videos. So here, Real Lawyer reacts to suits. So can you do a reaction video? A lot of these are reacts to South Park, reacts to Better Call Saul, I don't know what that is. All of these are responses. Real Lawyer reacts to the movie, B-movie. So that's something you can pull, like all of his top videos up until here. So that's his top 10 are all reaction videos. So can you do reaction videos? Do you care? Like, it's a format that works. Maybe it resonates with you. Maybe it doesn't, right? But it's, in terms of the content style, this is what's actually helping him generate all sorts of views. I even did second one, like Suits #2. And Dr. Mike does this a lot too. I don't know if you know Dr. Mike, but he's a doctor on YouTube. Most of his videos are reaction videos to what is being seen. So you can either go pop culture, right? Like, Suits isn't real. And I'm sure if you watch Suits, they make tons of mistakes. Like, come on, that's not how it would actually go down. My mom is a lawyer and she gets upset every time she sees Suits. It's like, that's not how it actually works. But it's
right. It's real world.
It's drama. Or you can talk it to current news and take a more serious tone on it, right?
Right.
If there's anything about the protests happening right now that you have an opinion on or view on that you can share, that could be something that could really help. Or wherever you see, injustice that is constantly happening, using somebody or something in the news cycle as an example to then say, here's what you should do in this scenario. And especially if it's a US-wide thing, not just a state of Ohio or whatever issue, or your views on what just happened to Supreme Court. I forget. I'm Canadian. I don't super pay attention, but they were trying to pass a law that, that's what always happens to Supreme Court. Oh, I just heard about it. What's the thing that happened to Supreme Court?
Something on abortion out of Louisiana.
Yeah, okay. And they wanted to flip it, but then the Republican Supreme Justice decided to uphold the previous ruling, which they didn't know if you're right. So I don't know. I'm Canadian, so we don't. That's my excuse. But like something like that. Now, maybe you don't care about that because it's abortion and maybe it doesn't cover criminal defense, or maybe because it is illegal to get an abortion. Right? Like, do you have something to say on what's happening, and that can give people advice? Right? Like, if you had advice for protesters, that could be a video that pops. Right. Like, here's what to say, here's what not to say, here's how to act, here's not how not to act, here's like record everything and make sure you're saying this, that kind of stuff that you just know inside out that people they have no idea. Right? So tying into things that you care about, right? Like, maybe you don't care at all about the protests. Great, forget it. Something else. There's so many things that people struggle with on the legal side that they could tap into your brain and you can really help them with. The other thing, and I don't know if this fits for you, but it fits for a lot of experts, thought leaders, like definitely fits for Sarah, Chad, and Evan, Stephen, having coaching. So to whatever extent you can give free legal advice, have somebody come on with the condition that it's going to be like this, right? Like, hey, you guys get to come on and get free YouTube advice with the condition that it's going for Project Lighthouse to help other people, right?
Right.
So that could be it. And you have people, do you have an Instagram account with some followers?
I do.
How many followers do you have on Instagram?
About 1,500.
Perfect. No, that's enough. Like, you reach out to the 1,500 and you say, hey, I'm starting a new show giving legal advice. Do you want to come on? Can I help you with anything? For free legal advice. But the condition is going to go to YouTube.
Right.
You have the same kind of issue as Sarah's. Like, what can you officially say without being their lawyer? So whatever that line is in the legal world, it's going to be the same on YouTube. But the advantage of doing something like that is you just have to show up. There's no preparation. You just, even like this, like I gave you my quick thoughts on YouTube and then, okay, guys, what do you got? Let's go. And I'm an expert on this and you're an expert on that, right? And so out of your 1,500 audience, there's people there who could use your help right now, who may not be able to afford you, but the transaction is they're giving you content to play with. And then it could just be a Zoom like this. You just show up, you press record, and you help them.
Thank you.
And that's for everybody who has some kind of expertise. If you have any kind of following anywhere, you don't need to have even 1,500 people, right? You need like 40 people. And you just start by reaching out and saying, hey, do you want to come on? Can I help you? I think it's a fun format to play with. Like Stephen could do a guided meditation with somebody in front of them who needs self-healing or needs self-love. And Sarah could do an actual session with somebody who's through Zoom, whatever you can do. Like it's aromatherapy might be hard, but you're helping them coach them through the process, right? Chad can help somebody solve a technical issue through the Zoom videos, right? So it's fun because now you're not just talking to a camera, you're talking to a human who has a problem that you want to help them solve. And it's also great because you just have to show up and there's no prep work. You just trust that Corey knows what he's talking about when it comes to criminal law, right? If somebody's going to come on and ask you about YouTube, like that's not going to be the topic, right? You set it up in advance, right? So we're coming here to talk about criminal, law cases. How can I help? Right? Yeah. So that's great content.
Thank you.
All right. I know we're at time, but I want to get to Nellie. What do we got, Nellie?
Well, mine was a really quick question that I've been struggling this time is, so I'm a nurse, and my thought process was trying to take the audience of nurses that want to transition from being a nurse to entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. And I started, so I got the course, right, the boot camp. I started going through your content, and I started to search to see who I can piggyback off of their thumbnails, their titles. There doesn't seem to be much out there though. I found one channel that had about 1,000 subscribers. And so
are you still a nurse full time?
Yes. Well,
okay.
Not full time. I'm kind of trying to get into the entrepreneurship world. And so I wanted to start with YouTube.
So if I'm you, here's what I do. One, I start documenting the journey of you becoming a full-time entrepreneur.
Right.
Right. So
right.
like,
That's
here's what I'm doing.
That was out of going through your course. That was one of the plans.
So like every week.
It into a podcast from that to now the entrepreneurship levels that I'm going through and the expertise in that level to make it into a podcast. And
so
trying to
same thing. Podcast thing, video first on YouTube, and you rip the audio and throw it to a podcast.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Because same thing, podcasts can live forever, but you rely on people going back through your archive.
Right.
Podcasts don't have built-in recommendation engines like YouTube does.
Like YouTube, exactly.
So I'd want a weekly video from you showing what you're doing, what you've done in the past week to try to transition. You already did part-time, now I want to try to go full-time. So like this week, hey, I got asked to join Evan Carmichael on this YouTube thing, and that's part of my ambition. And you take people on the journey and the ups and the downs and the highs and lows and doubts and fears and insecurities and can you do this or not and wins you get and all of that is a weekly series on the channel. The second thing I would do is go find people who have done it and interview them.
Right. That's what I said. I was like, maybe it can it can go into podcasts because then I can go, because I've met a lot of people throughout this time that I'm like, oh, people can actually do this. This would help people like nurses like myself that are trying to do something different versus, the hours we work and everything. they're actual experts, so it doesn't come from me. It's actual experts that can help out, you know?
But people who have already transitioned out of nursing and into something else.
Okay. Right.
Ex-nurses.
Oh, okay. So ex-nurses. Okay.
Not just any entrepreneur. Like, great, I can come on and talk about YouTube, but I want you to find nurses, like ex-nurses who then went off, and maybe they're still in the medical community somehow, or maybe they went and launched like a nationwide dog walking service or something, like not related. Awesome. But they came from nursing and moved. So you find those people and then you interview them.
Oh yeah, I could do that too. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. And then I'd be looking at any, like for you, it's a tight community, any groups, any associations that relate to nursing, and partnering with them to try to expose the content.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's a good idea.
There's a lot of nurses who want to do their own thing.
Yes.
It's like, there's a lot of, like, we've done this in the fire community. There's a lot of firemen and women who want to do their own thing and already are. Like every fireman I know already has some side hustle already going on, and they want to figure out how to turn it into a full-time thing.
Full-time. Mm-hmm.
So same thing with nursing. So the 2 series are you showing your journey. And I'm not there yet, but I'm still trying. And here's where I'm not just showing the wins, but the losses and the doubts and the fears and insecurities, because that's what they're going to see in you. And then not you trying to be the expert yet. You'll become the expert. Like once you do this, once you get through it, then you can teach. You haven't done it yet. So don't try to have said you've done it, right? Go find the people who have done it and go interview them and tell their story. Right. And go through that process.
Right. Okay. That's good.
Yeah. Once you've done it, once you're full-time entrepreneur, then that could be your 3rd series is, okay, I'm going to teach you what I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for the time, for the energy, for the love. It's been super fun. And I'm so excited to see you grow your YouTube channels. And thank you for joining me for this special video.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Bye.